Dolores Heights Residence. The west-sloping location, which is situated in San Francisco's Dolores Heights district, provides expansive vistas of both the city and the nearby Sutro skyscraper. Sawyers of Sawyers Design, who is also a co-owner of the house, worked on this project with me. In order to turn these awkwardly connected rooms into an open, harmonious space, Kevin and his husband wanted to restore and enlarge their existing earthquake cottage that had been added onto piecemeal over the years. Making the most of the house's relationship to this special site was important because the current footprint took up a large portion of the property. A straight axis serves as the site and home circulation, and as it ascends to the main entrance, it interacts with the building's shapes. Going inside, Sutro Tower at the downhill end and a spectacular Monterey cypress tree at the uphill end serve as permanent anchors for the experience along this axis. The house's shapes nestle together, which is emphasized by the use of cedar, standing seam metal, and cementitious panels in its construction. These shapes, together with the interior color scheme, produce rooms within an open floor plan. The crescendo of forms at the front pays homage to the iconic vernacular architecture of San Francisco. Three experiences of the urban forest are highlighted by an inverted bay window box that cantilevers 8 feet from the front. An outdoor fire pit for the forest floor is shown below. The box's interior frames a look at the trunk level. The living room is extended upward by a roof deck, giving access to the canopy level. At this deck, a gable, that almost innocent representation of home, serves as the backdrop. We have to overcome this design obstacle. The existing home, which was 50 years old, featured a visually appealing circular living room until the design turned incredibly separated and inward-looking. With today's informal country club living, seamless indoor-outdoor flow, and multi-generational activities, this inward-focused segmentation of space was irreconcilable. The pool and outdoor living area, which were situated on the fairway's north side, were in the winter shadow of the house and were therefore insensitive to the southern sun and the expansive view of Mount Eisenhower. The home's original circular living room continues to amaze and excite us, so we decided to tear down the old building and allow the new design be influenced by the original curved geometry. By entering the foyer, which is situated in the space between the two crescents, the planning logic of the double crescent site and floor plan is instantly apparent. Views open onto 4 distinct zones from this central area. To the north, the 17th fairway can be seen through a glass wall past the family/media room. To the east, a passive palm oasis resembles the distinctive natural palm clusters native to the canyons surrounding the Coachella Valley. To the south, the great room and expansive window wall with the private pool and yard framing Mount Eisenhower, and to the west, a group of palm trees aligned in a line behind the house. The need to protect a 50-year-old olive tree at the very front of the property inspired the design of the lengthy walkway leading to the main door. The olive tree, which is majestic and serene in nature, establishes the mood for the walk through the winding route and through the monochromatic poetry of the materials until it gradually unveils the entry door beyond. Beginning with the site design of the home, passive measures included maximizing the orientation of southern overhangs and windows according to the season and providing a lot of cool northern glazing. Thermal mass is added to the passive solar orientation by exposed terrazzo floors. Ample north/south movable windows increase cross-ventilation. With the use of solar energy PV panels and battery backup, the home can avoid paying expensive time-of-use utility fees. The house, which was included in the club's spring house tour, showed how easy it is to live comfortably indoors and outside when using time-tested site planning principles with contemporary architecture. Tried and true organizational technique for the desert, were used to clarify the schedule and offer thermal comfort in a small area. The courts also contribute to the program's hourly, daily, and yearly visual appeal. The program was then further simplified to enable the homeowners to occupy a central 2,500 square foot area when alone. Unexpectedly, the active homeowners' daily routines make use of all the program branches, with the exercise center and home office being thoughtfully placed at the opposite ends of the house. The long wings of the aircraft were placed along the east-west axis with fenestration on the north and well-shaded south, avoiding the heat and glare that come with eastern and western glazing. This optimized sustainability. Internally, clear stories emphasize the southern and northern mountain views without the heat or glare that typically accompany eastern and western apertures. Even though the design achieves zero net energy through photovoltaic panels and battery storage and completely automates smart systems, it is the home's peaceful coexistence with the desert's natural forces that enables seamless daily and seasonal patterns to embody every aspect of the client's life. Large-scale walls for the client's substantial art collection counteract the program's openness. The warmth, texture, and color of carefully chosen finish materials complement and contrast the resident's high-rise living in the Midwest. A collaborative and interactive process involving homeowners, interior designers, landscape architects, builders, and specialized trade contractors led to the success of the house. Basin on a complicated tiered property overlooking Beverly Hills. The home's design and material selections are both influenced by California's long tradition of modernism. The upper level's open design and concentration on the pool and garden area allow it to fit in perfectly with its surroundings. In order to bring as much light as possible deep into the floor plan, the lower level was designed to loop around a basement courtyard due to programmatic demands for additional space and city constraints on grading. A wide drive court is reached after ascending a steep road from the street, and a calm staircase made of limestone continues the ascent to the home's entrance. Upon entering the glass entry lobby, a skylit stairwell is visible in the distance. The primary living and eating area is totally open on both sides, providing cross-ventilation and an outdoor feel while remaining protected from the weather. A covered patio and kitchen area next to the pool are effortlessly connected to the neighboring kitchen and family room, which have a cozier atmosphere. With a terrace and outdoor fire pit area, the main bedroom is still connected to the garden despite being elevated to provide it more solitude. The bedroom and nearby bathroom have retractable glass walls on two sides and a fantastic view of downtown Los Angeles, giving the impression that they are floating above the ground. The bedroom suite is completed by spacious his and her closets. A home office located next to the kitchen area has a special vantage point with views of the living room and the courtyard and access to a tiny, manicured terrace. Two more bedrooms, along with support areas, make up the remainder of the upper-level program. On the way down to the lower level, the curved walnut and limestone staircase makes for an intriguing focal point while providing views of the backlit wine cellar. The atmosphere downstairs offers a notable contrast to the main floor, which is made up of a number of bedrooms and entertainment areas that circle the planted courtyard. With direct access to the courtyard and views to the west through the neighboring library space, the main area is a sizable room with a cozy bar area, sitting around the fireplace, and a pool table. The entertainment area's center is easily accessible from the media room's luxuriously decorated interior. 3 more bedrooms, a gym area, a service kitchen, and staff rooms make up the remaining rooms. Travertine, limestone, and oak make up the home's main color palette. Dark woods, natural stones, and metal trim highlight this cozy color scheme. With display trees and bushes bridging the various outside spaces, the landscape is completely integrated into the concept. Laurel 2 House. This project was built to take advantage of the stunning vistas of the city below as well as the entire Los Angeles basin on a complicated tiered property overlooking Beverly Hills. The home's design and material selections are both influenced by California's long tradition of modernism. The upper levels open design. Swampy Hollow. The project Swampy Hollow reimagines the front and back entrances of a woodland house built in the 1990s. Simple 6x6 wood columns and a substantial 6x12 beam replace the previous ornate columns at the front entrance. A tiny, screened-in extension is added to the back of the home that rhymes with the existing main gable and nestles into the complex roof line. The wraparound bench and food prep counter are covered by the expanded eaves, which are illuminated at night to reflect light on the warm, supple wood textures. The screen porch walls are constructed completely of 2x4s, creating screen walls that contrast with the heavy 2x12s laden ceiling and mimic the rhythm of the nearby pine forest. These new wood doorways take into account contrast and elevate the original home's typical formal language. The new outdoor cooking station is connected to the remodeled kitchen and breakfast nook through the screen porch, giving the impression of one large, interconnected cooking and dining space. The far end of the room is anchored by a ventless hearth, which works in tandem with ceiling-mounted fans and tiny heaters to maintain a suitable temperature throughout the year. The short, flat area of the roof that bridges the space between the new gable and the old pitches is punctuated by a high skylight. The project intends to create a larger, more functional outside area to go with the existing enticing pool. A more thorough renovation of the rear is suggested by the straightforward replacement of the columns at the front entry. The usage of only wood, including the cedar shingles, demonstrates how sustainable, renewable bio-based materials can coexist with and outperform the typical builder-grade home from the 1990s. Blur House. By day, Blur is a silhouette, a mysterious floating bar, and an illuminated house covered in a thin layer of metal. During night, a series of warm golden bands known as blur are projected onto a hillside. When the two art consultants who own the residence cross the threshold between the interior and exterior, they are struck by how juxtaposed the house is. A change from light to black that is gradual, optically expansive, and polished. In order to mirror the surroundings while being strong and fire resistant to withstand the severe alpine environment, the facade is covered in a shiny metal. Contrarily, the interior maintains a simple, white color scheme that is soothing and welcoming. Large expanses of operable glass are highlighted by simple interior finishes, which establish a tactile and visual link to the Boulder Mountain scenery. The purity and attention to detail in the plan are examples of modernist simplicity. Along with accommodating the couple and their two children, the almost symmetrical upper floor concept also gives the option to accommodate art and host small events. From the minute the house is seen at the end of the long driveway till the second one's feet touch the white wood floors, the home's contrasting language is clear.